Hello and welcome. This is Japan, and we are covering episode 14 of Evolve. Can't believe we've already gotten this far into it, but we finally crowned a men's champion here at this end of this episode. So, kind of a cool thing. So, we only got two matches, which is honestly not a bad pace. We had a lot of promos and different stuff that take it or leave it, depending on how you feel. I feel like they could have definitely squeezed a decent match in between all that, and then left the promos for other stuff. I really wish that they would like use their social media a little bit better. I know they film these in advance, so it's a little bit more difficult for them to like think about, but I honestly think it would be a better idea to put some of that like promo type stuff on the social media aspects of stuff so they don't have to waste the screen time. But we had Jin Tala versus Kylie Bright. Kylie Bright got attacked, so she's been like nursing an injury and stuff, which has been an okay storyline. I guess we'll eventually kind of figure this one out, but I don't think it's anything too crazy. This match, I'm a big Jintala fan. I mean, I liked her in LFG the most. She was my number one person I thought should have won it. I mean, I guess I wouldn't say like should have won it. I do believe she still needs a lot of work, but she was my favorite competitor, I guess is the best way of saying it. So I'm fine with her involved. I feel like if she gets a lot of Evolve matches and, works on that, I think it will be really good for her. This match I thought was pretty decent. The submission finish I thought was good. I put it in C. I definitely wish it would have gained like another 30 seconds so it would have been able to be on cage match. I don't know why that's such a gripe for me, but that's like one of my biggest gripes about matches is that they need to be the 5 minutes. Like if you're gonna get so close to it, just get it to 5 minutes so it can be rated on cage match, so the wrestler can have a better, portfolio of stuff. Obviously, you can put reviews in it, but like there's an actual number rating that only comes up if you have a 5 minute match. So a little rough there, but I guess that's maybe just so great for me. Next up, we had Kylie Armstrong talking about how her, being champion and stuff. Then Nikita Lyons and Zeta Steel come down to obviously want the title and attack her, and making it that Natalia of all people have to come down and save her. I think this would lead to a very interesting tag match. I could see this being a tag match. I really feel like Natalia doesn't need to be down here, but if they want to give like a shot of her doing something and performing in another organization or like another level, because I think that's kind of like one thing she might be interested in. That she's been in everything that's WWE, and this would be another thing. I think they should do a tag match between her and Kylie Armstrong. I feel like they're gonna eventually have her defend it against Natalia, but I think that would be a very bad decision. But I guess we'll see how that goes. I think a tag match would be interesting and still really fun, and it would really help for Nikita Lyons and Zeta Steel also, who I guess maybe it looks like Nikita Lyons is more regular down here now. I don't really know. This is all filmed in advance, so like this is all the way from like the beginning of May. I think they're like a whole month behind, so it's kind of one of those things where it's like, maybe we'll get some stuff, but maybe we won't. We don't really know because I think the world's ever changing because it's we don't know what's going on here. But yeah, I put this in a solid A. I like it. I like the idea of if you're gonna use Natalia, you might as well use her in that way with the tag match. Now here's another thing where I don't necessarily mind the match itself, but I don't know why. But Wesley versus Cappuccino Jones. Cappuccino Jones has been one of my favorite wrestlers in Evolve. I really thought he should have been in the talks for the first title. I think he's like too good. Like he's been in like the indies and all over the place that I think like he doesn't have the time to do all the Evolve tapings. But like that's the only reason why I'd think that he didn't have that option here to be in the championship. But I digress with that. But like Wesley has been a champion, and like Wesley, I feel like good talks last year that there was a possibility that he was like a year or two out of being on the main roster. But I feel like this is kind of a step down to have a match here because why? Like he should be having matches on NXT. Like he doesn't even have matches there. High Rise makes sense because like they're a tag team and they've not always had their footing in the NXT roster. The NXT tag division is very rough right now with Axiom and Nathan Frazier gone. So what do you do? Like what do you do here? So I don't know. I'm not super excited that this is happening, but I'll be excited for the match. So I'll put it in B. I guess we'll see how it goes. Next up, we had the championship match: Shawn Legacy versus Jackson Drake versus Kiana Carver versus. Wow, I don't remember who the other competitor was. That's how bad that was. They were the first person eliminated too, so I guess that's probably why my brain just completely is skipped out on who that last person is. And of course, on the little photo right here, because the thing is, let me see if I can make it bigger. Not the portrait, landscape. Oh yeah, it was Idris. I forget. Like he had a good showing in the beginning, but Keanu Carver put him down. I was really surprised Keanu Carver was the next one eliminated after that. And then it was Shawn Legacy and Jackson Drake. Now Shawn Legacy, I think like he's ready for that call up. He's already been used on NXT twice now, and he's about to have another match for a championship on NXT. I think he's fully gonna be an NXT signee person used there. So I guess it makes sense not to give him the title because he's not going to probably be on the show again. I think this might be the last time we see him because basically I think how this filming was at the beginning of May, and he's been like the last 2 weeks consistently NXT. So I feel like they called him up and they're not using him. They just wanted him in the title match because I think that's where they were planning on going. But then, yeah, he's just extremely over. I think the NXT crowd liked him and all that. So, and he's been solid in the ring. So I think there's really no point not to make that call up, but everything else seemed to be pretty good. This match itself was really good. I thought there was some good back and forth. Everybody looked like $1,000,000. I definitely think if they were only going to do the two matches, they could have made this match a lot longer. I think it was ended up being 14 minutes, which isn't bad, but for a fatal four-way like elimination chamber thing, they could have definitely made it better. I put it in A. It's a solid idea. And Jackson Drake won the championship. I think him being a polarizing heel and being a part of the faction is honestly the best decision to put the belt on because there'll be a lot of baby faces, which is filled with Evolve. There's so many babyface males that this makes sense to have as your gatekeeping champion. So I'm gonna put it up in S. I honestly didn't think he was gonna win, but seeing that like they don't want to go Keanu Carver because he's going to be just absolutely annihilating everybody. You're going to have Jackson Drake have to, have his team help him. He's going to do some stuff, like he's gonna have to be a little snively, going to be a little bit of the heel and cheat a little bit. But I think all of it's going to look good. But yeah, this episode was good. I'd put it up in like a high B plus. I think the two matches were pretty solid. Obviously, the women's match they didn't give a lot of time to, but I think it could have been a little bit better. And I'm really excited to see more of Gentala, and I really think the men's champion is cool. I think that's a cool idea, and we got two champions now, so I'm kind of excited to see how their reigns go. And this is like we're now episode 14 and everything's heated up, and I'm really excited to see it. So if you guys are enjoying this, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I cover Evolve every week with a video right afterwards or the day after. It has been a lot of fun. I've enjoyed Evolve so far this year, and it's been just like a nice little journey to see every episode, and I want to continue doing this because it's just a lot of fun. But if you guys enjoy it too and want to discuss it, make sure you leave a comment below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.